Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested video. So I always get asked what my favorite Colourpop products are, what to pick from Colourpop, because there's so much on their website. Honestly, it's almost overwhelming because they have so many products. They come out with new things all the time. So I'm pretty sure by the time I put this video up, they'll probably have like a whole nother collection out. I wanted to go ahead and make a video full of my favorites. Now, a little disclaimer, two disclaimers actually. I do get sent PR from Colourpop. A lot of it is sent to me, but a whole lot of it I buy myself. I buy a lot of Colourpop, a lot. I've been buying Colourpop since the beginning. Honestly, I've been a huge fan and a huge supporter of Colourpop since they first started the brand, I want to say. So I've been buying from them for a long time. So yes, I do get some stuff sent to me, but a lot of it, I would say I have bought most of it. That's the first disclaimer. Second disclaimer is a lot of these shades, I'm sure you guys aren't going to be surprised by them. They're warm tones, orangey, browns, no surprise here. As by my makeup today, I'm sure you guys can tell what colors I'm going to be talking about. But again, this is my favorites from Colourpop, so obviously they're going to be the colors that I like the most. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is probably the most requested thing that I get asked about since the product came out, and they are their single shadows. Now, I have my favorites in this little palette right here. They did sell this for a little while, like I think 24 hours. They were selling this little palette. I don't know if they're going to bring it back or not, but that's where this little palette is from. So I put my favorite shades in here. Now, I have a lot of Colourpop single shadows already. I bought a whole bunch of them when they first launched, so I have a lot. I have the two Makeup Forever palettes that I have posted before. This one and then my colorful one, which is, I have shadows on here now, but this one. So those are a lot of them are Colourpop shadows in there too, but I thought I would just narrow it down to my favorites. If you guys want a video on those two palettes, let me know down below. Let me just start off by saying that I absolutely love their single eyeshadows. They are by far, I think, my favorite single eyeshadows that I've tried. I love them so much. Ever since they launched them, I really haven't used any other single eyeshadows since. Let me just go one by one really quickly, kind of just explain the color and whatnot. So the first one right here is this shade right here. This is Let Me Explain. It's just like a very pretty pearly champagne color. This is like my favorite color for the inner corner. I feel like that didn't do it justice. I feel like this isn't going to pick up very well on camera. It's what I have on my inner corner and also somewhat of my highlight. I have it on top of another highlight. This is such a pretty inner corner, brow bone, lid color, highlight. Like, it does so much, and it's just like, it's just such a pretty shade and I love it. Next shade in here, this is Running Late. So this is like a orangey yellow transition shade. I use this so much. It doesn't look like I've used a lot of these shadows, but I have. Like, I've been using them nonstop. So I love this for a transition color or like a secondary transition color, and it's just perfect. Next shade I think is the shade that I wear the most, I would say. This one is Note to Self. It's just like one of those shades that is perfect for the crease. I wear this all over my eye. I wear it in my crease. Like, it's one of those like perfect everyday warm brown shades, but it's not super dark, but it's still like enough, you know? And these last forever, like, on my eyes. Like, they don't crease, they don't like fade throughout the day. Like, you can even see like they stain my arm almost. They don't stain my eyes, but like as like one swatch like that, it does. Next shade that I want to talk about is Conundrum. So this one just came out with the Sand collection, I think. It was one of the single shadows that came out. So I have been using this one a ton. This is like the perfect, again, like crease color. That was a bad swatch. Let me swatch it better. Like a perfect crease color, kind of just defining the crease or like the outer corner. Again, that's one of the shades that I wear like all over my lid sometimes. Really just depends. I wear a lot of them just like all over my lid. It's like my favorite eyeshadow. I have two of them. This one is Top Notch. Whenever somebody asks me what color to get from Colourpop, I always say this one. It's like the perfect reddish brown, and it's just amazing. It's so pigmented and It's just so pretty. It's a matte. By the way, these ones are all matte except for Let Me Explain. I don't know why it's like not swatching correctly. There we go. That's kind of better. It's just so nice and I wear it. I think that's the shade that I wear the most, honestly. The next shade is Ringer, and this, I actually wanted to mention this really quick. So a lot of these are from the Heavy Hitter palette. I just took them out of like the palette that it comes in. They come in like the little 4 quads. So I just take them out and put them in my big palette. But if you guys are going to pick up any of their palettes or you want to pick up some of the eyeshadows, I would definitely recommend the Heavy Hitter palette. It was part of the Sand collection and it's my favorite. So this one was also in the Heavy Hitter palette. And this one is a metallic, I think, metallic or a shimmer, whatever. But I love this shade so much. This could definitely work as a highlighter on some people. It doesn't work as a highlighter on me. It's like a, I don't even know. It's just like a champagne-y color. It's just perfect. Shade is Crisscross, and it's like another reddish brown, but next to Top Notch, it's definitely a lot more red. You can see the difference. This is Top Notch and this is Crisscross. And that is the swatch. These are kind of powdery, I will say that. Like some of them are, some of them aren't. But I really don't have a problem with that at all. If that's a problem for you, I just want to let you guys know they are a little powdery sometimes. Like they do have a lot of kickback. Dude, look at my arm right now. They do have a lot of kickback sometimes, but that's not anything that bothers me. So that's like my favorite warm tone shades. Now onto the pinks because I love pink eyeshadow. I don't like the color pink, but I do love me some pink eyeshadow. So this one is Secrets, and if you guys like follow me on Instagram and you look at like my makeup deeds, I feel like I wear this eyeshadow so much. It's like the perfect transition color. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see on like as a swatch. It's very, very light. It's like the perfect pink transition shade for any pink look. And or even like berry look, like anything like that. Shade right here is Labyrinth, and it's like a dusty mauve kind of color, and I love this color to just throw on all over my eye, honestly. Like I will just blow this out on my crease, on my lid, my lower lash line. Like I just blow it out, and it's just so pretty with like a mauvey lip. Ugh. I wore it the other day. If you guys saw my picture, I had like my hair in a braid when I went to the Germany event. I just had that literally all over my eye and it was so pretty. This next shade is Going Steady. I love putting this on the outer corner when I do pink looks. It just adds like that purpley-ness to it. And dude, you guys, all of these shadows are so like buttery and just, oh my god. I feel so shook every single time I swatch one of their shadows because they're just that good and they're only $5 and it blows my mind. It's like purpley with like a pinky undertone kind of shade. I don't know. I'm really bad at explaining shades, okay? Last couple ones in here. This one is Poodle, and this is like mid-tone pink. That's it right there. This one's probably gonna be like super random because I've been doing like pinks and browns, but this is also one of my favorites. This one is Team Captain, and if I want to do any green look, I always use this. It's like the perfect olive green. I don't know, it's just so pretty, and I haven't found an olive green, at least for me at least, that is this good and this pigmented and actually goes on green, because I have a lot of green shadows that end up just kind of blending away to almost like nothing, or like they almost look gray sometimes, but this one stays true to being green and I love it so much. So those are like my favorite top 12 eyeshadows from them. I have so many more though that I love, but I had to narrow it down. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about the Super Shock shadows. Now I feel like ever since their like pressed shadows came out, nobody really talks about their Super Shock shadows anymore, and I don't know why, because I love them so much. Like I literally wear the hell out of their Super Shock shadows. They are so good. I feel like they're so underrated. I know everybody talks about their lip products, but these are so underrated. Like people, I feel like people don't know how to work with them, or like don't know how to use them because of the texture is kind of weird. Like it's very bouncy and like it's just a very different texture, but they are amazing, especially their metallic finishes. I don't particularly like their matte ones. I just feel like they're a little bit harder to work with, but their metallics and glittery ones, phenomenal. That's what I have on my lid right now. These are perfect for people that have hooded lids because they don't transfer. They like set and they don't like move. There is sometimes a little bit of like glitter transfer, but it's not nearly as bad as like if you would put a shimmery eyeshadow all over your lid, which is why I never do that. It's like rare if I do. I'm gonna just start off with the colorful one first, just to kind of get that one out of the way. This one is Fantasy. Let me take the thing off. It is the prettiest like pinky purple. I don't know. It's amazing. I love this shade so much. Oh no, I think it's drying out. You need to keep these sealed like really tight because if not they dry out. So that's the shade right there. You can see there's like a reflect to it and it's just beautiful. Like it has like little flecks of glitter in it. I don't know if you can see. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Hold on. There, you can kind of see the glitter now when I put my phone like towards it, like the light. So the next one, I wear this one all the time. This one is Cheap Date. It is like the perfect gold. It's just a beautiful, beautiful gold. And I love this shade so much. I always wear this on my lid. Well, obviously. It just looks like liquid gold. It is so beautiful. And it's what I have on like the inner part of my lid. I have another one that I'll talk about next, like towards the center. It is just so beautiful and I think everybody like needs this shadow. This one is the one that I have like on the center of my lid a little bit. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it is Sequin, and this one is like a rosy penny copper, I would say. I think that was the description online. It is so beautiful. Do you guys see like how pigmented these are? Like, I die for these, you guys. I get through these fast because I just feel like I have a lot of products. This one is one of my absolute favorites. It was like one of the first, if not like the first eyeshadow I ever bought from Colourpop, so I think it's a little dried out. But this one is Weenie. It's part of the Kathleen and Colourpop collab that they did. And it is like one of my favorites. It's like a rose gold. And it's just so beautiful. Oh, it's not that dried out. I thought it was gonna be dried out. It's like a rose gold with like a coppery undertone almost. It's just so pretty. And I love this just like all over my lid. Next one is also one of my favorites. If you have been following me for a while, you know, I think I talked about these two the most. Cheap Date and this one. This one is Prickly Pear. I love this when I wear like burgundy, like maroon eyes. It's just so pretty, and it's like a, I don't even know how to describe this color. It's so, let me look at the description online. Lavender with gold. So that's what it is. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but there they are right there. I was going to talk about another one, but I realized that it was one of the ones that was like limited edition. They don't have it anymore, but I will kind of just throw it in there really quick. This one is Catnap, and it's just like a pretty like purpley color, purpley gold almost, with like purple glitter in it. I don't know, but this one isn't sold anymore. I didn't really want to talk about it, but since it was right here, I thought I would just mention it really quick. So those are all of them right here. They are my absolute favorite eyeshadows, like Super Shock shadows. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get into lips. So I have a few. I only have one or two ultra mattes. Most of them are ultra satins, one ultra glossy, and then a matte X. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on with the two ultra mattes first. You guys know I haven't been too much of a fan of their ultra mattes. They're kind of hit or miss, honestly. Some of them are totally comfortable, and then some of them are just too dry for me. So I have two of them right here. The first one I have on right now is Speed Dial. This is my absolute favorite color from Colourpop. I have talked about this a lot. This is it right here. Such a pretty, like, terracotta color. I love this color so much. I wear it all the time. And it is one of the most comfortable mattes that I have ever worn, and it lasts literally all day long. This one is Love Bug. This one is like a more red with a orangey brown undertone. I talked about this in my favorite terracotta lipsticks, and this one is a tad bit drying, but I don't care because I love the color. I do like this color but don't really like the more drying mattes. They do have a matte X in this. I do have it. I have no idea where it's at though, but it's in the shade Secret Stash, and I love that shade. I was going to put it in here, but I can't find it anywhere. But it's the same exact shade, just in the Matte X formula, which is like the ones that come in the lippy sticks like this, which is a ton more comfortable. But again, if you don't mind the dryness or like kind of drying liquid lipsticks, then you might like this one. Next four that I have are Ultra Satins, which is my favorite formula from Colourpop. Wear this all the time as well. This one is November. This was one of the ones from Kathleen's collab, and it's just like a pretty everyday mid-tone pink. I'm swatching these awful. I'm so sorry. But that's it right there. It's just so pretty. It's so comfortable. The Ultra Satin formula is like unreal. They're amazing. If you don't have any Ultra Satin lips from them, you need them. This one is Echo Park, and this one is like kind of this, probably almost like the same color. It's just a little bit more of like a brown undertone to it. But it's so pretty, and this is also perfect for every day. Next one is another one from Kathleen's collabs. I swear Kathleen has such great collabs with Colourpop. This one is 0.0, and it's like the prettiest, like it's so different. I love it so much. It's like a brownie gray color, and it's just so different, and that's why I love it so much. And the last one, this one is a new one. This one is Strip, and it's just like kind of similar, but this one has a little bit more of like a warm undertone to it, but it still has like, I don't know, it's just such a pretty color. That was an awful swatch. Wow, I just made that awful. It's like orangey brownie nude, kind of. Next one is a gloss. This is another one of Kathleen's collabs. This one is the Aquarius Gloss. This is my favorite Aquarius from her Aquarius line. She has the Ultra Glossy Lip, Ultra Satin, Ultra Matte, and the cream, like lippy stick. I love the gloss. It is the prettiest everyday gloss, and it's just so perfect. It's just the right amount of pigment, where it's like not super pigmented, but like, I don't know, of the Colourpop glosses, like they're just so nice, but this one is definitely my favorite one out of all of their glosses. I do like WeHo as well. Can't find it. I lose lipsticks like they're going out of style. Lastly, I'm going to be talking about one of the Matte X lipsticks. This one is in the shade Sauce, and I love this shade so much. It's just like this pretty berry pink color. That's going to be a terrible swatch, but it's fine. And that's it right there. I love this when I wear like pink looks and stuff like that. And yeah, these are my favorite Colourpop lippies. Also wanted to mention one more. Again, I lost this a long time ago. I don't even know where it went, but this was one of the first lipsticks that I bought from them, and it was in the shade Brink, and I love that shade so much. I still have the lip liner. Can't find the lipstick anywhere else. Okay, so I finished filming like an hour ago when I'm putting this in here, but I completely forgot a lipstick. I realized that I forgot it when I was putting everything away, but there's this lippy stick, and this is in the shade Taurus. I love this lipstick so much. This is also one of Kathleen's collabs. Honestly, Kathleen is just like the queen of Colourpop collab, alright? So I have a lot of products from her. It's like the prettiest warm brown. It is beautiful. I have worn this a ton. I use it in tutorials. I love this one so much. I had to include it in here. I couldn't forget it. I saw it and I was like, wait, it needs to be added in there. Last two, that would be four. Last two products. I don't know if this is a permanent item or not, but it has been in stock for a while, I think. So I'm just going to talk about it anyway. So, I mean, I'm sure once this video is up, it'll still be in stock, I hope. But this is, I just took the sleeve off. This is the Double Play, what are these even called? Press Powder Blush and Highlighter. They're called like the face, oh yeah, the Press Powder Palette. It's like the blush and the highlighter. This one is my absolute favorite one that they've come out with. It is like this, and a lot of people think this is a bronzer. It looks like a bronzer on camera, but it's actually a blush. I would not use this as a bronzer. It's way too orange. And this highlighter is amazing. It's the highlighter that I have on my cheeks and my nose and pretty much everywhere. With a little bit of Let Me Explain on top. That's what I was saying earlier. I love this palette so much. Their highlighters are amazing. Like, I am very picky when it comes to highlighters. You guys know I literally only use like one highlighter. It's my LA Girl 80 Watt, and I love this just as much as 80 Watt. So let me swatch these for you. Love their blushes. I think they're so pigmented So buttery, so creamy. So that is it right there. Again, it's picking up more brown on camera. I don't know why. Maybe if I do this, I don't know what to do. Oh wait, you can kind of see if I do that, it's orange. Is the highlighter in here. It's like a very pretty champagne kind of color. Very intense. You can see it right there. Very intense. I love intense highlighters, you guys know, and I just think that this one is so good. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is one of their Super Shock Cheek products, so one of their highlighters, and this one is my favorite one. This is Lunch Money. This was one of the first highlighters that I bought from them when these came out, and I still use it till this day. I use it more so like on when I'm just wearing like not foundation or anything. I don't know, I just love it. It's so pigmented, so pretty. Another good one is Flexitarian, but sometimes that one looks like a little too intense, honestly, but they're so pretty. I tried these, they're really nice. I like to wear them underneath different highlighters and stuff sometimes when I'm wearing like a full face of makeup, or when I'm not wearing like foundation or anything. I like to just put that on top of my cheekbones, and it's just the prettiest highlighter, and that one's definitely my favorite from all of their highlighters that they do have. So yeah, those are all of my favorite products from Colourpop. I try to narrow it down as much as I could. I don't know how long this video is going to be. If you have any questions about any of the products or any other products that you're interested about or interested in, or just leave me a comment down below. I will link all of these in the description box for you guys as well. I will also leave in the description box what I'm wearing on my face. Most of it is what I talked about, but I will leave like specific details in the description box. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.